And, man, perfect temperature to take a walk. A walk with Father Jeff Walker. Look forward to this.
Good morning, Father Jeff. How are you this morning?
I am living the dream in Lincoln, Nebraska, actually. A little bit different than Lincoln.
Lincoln is a beautiful place as well.
Lincoln is a cool place. And you know, it's still very Midwestern. Same corn, different fields. So still very at home here in Nebraska.
I'm going to write that. That's a great quote. Same corn, different field. I'm writing that down right now.
You're welcome. Just 2 cents per use. That's all. Very nominal fee.
I'm crossing that off right now.
I'm out here with the Fellowship of Catholic University Students Focus, who your listeners have heard me talk lots about on this program. And I'm serving as a chaplain for 11 days for their training program. So all of their first and second year missionaries spend a little over a month here in Lincoln, Nebraska, or in Ave Maria. So half of the nation's missionaries are here in Nebraska. The other half are in Florida. Doing some intense formation and retreats so that they are prepared to engage in their mission. Just like missionaries had some formation before they sent them across the seas back in the day, we're doing the formation here for the missionaries that are going across the nation to serve in college campuses. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure. They just finished a 3-day retreat, silent retreat, and now we're sort of back to the normal formation schedule starting today.
Oh, yeah, exciting. I mean, seems appropriate since at least some people are calling our universities pagan land now. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of work to be done. Not all of them as well equipped as we find in Bowling Green, but getting there through these focus ministries, right, Father?
Absolutely. In fact, the featured speaker today and tomorrow for the missionaries is Monsignor James Shea from the University of Mary, who wrote the book that came out a few years ago, From Christendom to Apostolic Mission, with this idea that the whole church has to have this idea that the times we're living in now are much closer to the times of the apostles, with the lack of belief in the world and the number of people who don't know Jesus and don't know the gospel. And so the church has to renew that apostolic mission, and the whole church does. And this is one way that the people of God are responding to that need, by becoming missionaries in our own backyard.
It's got to feel a little heavenly just to be with that number of committed young people that are going out to do ministry, and who are all kind of rowing in the same direction, desiring the same thing, the building of the kingdom of God.
I tried to sneak a video the other day, and of course it didn't really come out on my phone. At the end of adoration, I was sort of sitting in the back of the chapel, and there were probably 500 people in this chapel, young people, singing, "Holy God, we praise thy name." And, every time we gather to pray with all these young people, it is very heartening. But especially listening to them sing, it really does give a lot of hope. These are people who love the Lord, and you can hear it in their voices, you can hear it in their heart, and it's just so good to get to talk with so many of them too. I think they're going to check my car to make sure I'm not stealing more of them to come back to Bowling Green Live. Just such wonderful young people, wonderful human beings who have this, who have been given the gift of faith and want to give it to other people. It doesn't get more apostolic than that. That's what St. Paul was doing, and that's what these kids are doing too.
Boy, what a great privilege to be there with them and to witness this, because many of us don't get to see what you get to see in our youth that are coming up and actually becoming spiritual leaders for us. I mean, they're helping people find the faith, and I love that dedication. So that's a real privileged position to be in, Father.
It is, and to see that cross-section of the United States, too. So here in Nebraska are the missionaries that are going to serve in the western United States and in the north. So Ohio is just the eastern border of the north. So to also meet college students from all different campuses where this is happening, gives you sort of a cross-section of the church, and you realize that this is more than just, it's not a little itty-bitty sign of hope. It's a great big sign of hope. And yeah, it is a privilege to be with them and to be part of that journey. And I think now that the retreat is over, the chaplains are slimming down. I think there's going to be 6 of us here. There are religious priests, there are diocesan priests, there are religious sisters here as well from a few different orders, all serving as sort of mentors for these young people. And yeah, what a privilege it is to mentor anyone in the faith, as we're all called to do.
And you're going to be walking with some additional focus volunteers there on campus. What is this, the third? Will this be the third school year to have Focus on campus?
This will be our 4th year since I've been there. And yes, 2 of our missionaries moved on. They agreed to at least 2 years of service. Sometimes they do 3, 4, sometimes more. So 2 of our Focus missionaries have finished their mission time, and they've gone out into the world. So we'll welcome a new team director, Corinne Dana, and who's been with Focus for several years, and then a brand new missionary, Andrew Dyke, who I just got to meet this week, who just graduated last month and now is ready to set off on the mission field.
Gotta love that. And just for those of our listeners who may or may not be familiar with Focus, but the particular work of Focus, what will they do on the campus there at Bowling Green?
So Focus, the model of evangelization they use is win, build, and send, which matches up with our mission at St. Thomas More, which is to draw in and send out disciples with the heart of Jesus. So their first mission on campus is to win people for Jesus. That is, to go out onto the campus with their own 2 feet and their own voice, and to speak words of goodness and hope, to speak the gospel, to draw people into a relationship with Jesus, to build them up, and to send them out into the world.
That's beautiful. Father Jeff Walker, thanks. Enjoy Lincoln, Nebraska.